Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to react to the video that you guys been suggesting for me to react to. And it's something new and different that I have not really seen or done. And it's a video type of like an interview on another fellow reactors YouTube channel. And it's from Waleska Herrera, and they're interviewing Josh Cullen from SB19. And it's called The Kings of PPOP. So you guys been suggesting for me to react to this, even though it's been like one day, but I have seen quite a few requests from you. And it's quite intriguing also to see him talk alone, maybe about the band, and like, I don't know, to be honest, I don't know what he's gonna talk about, but I assume that he's gonna talk about the band and maybe about his solo stuff and maybe some other things. I'm not quite sure, because it's like 47 minutes long, and I haven't reacted to this long of a video in a really long time. So that being said, probably grab a drink, grab a snack if you have not seen this video from them, and also if you haven't seen it, go give some love and subscribe to them, even though they have like 1 million subscribers. So I don't know, probably all of you have subscribed to my channel, also have subscribed to their channel. But anyways, yeah, get cozy, get comfortable, and let's get right into it.
I think this is the first time that I'm gonna be discussing it.
Oh boy.
I didn't even go to like high school when I was a kid. I started working very young at the age of 15. Everything was too much to handle, financially, mentally, and the trainings were really crazy back then.
What's up, people? Welcome back to Feature Friday Plus. Today, we're gonna be having a chat with Josh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh, let's go.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, I've seen you guys, and I've been watching some of the reaction videos from before.
Ooh, we're actually super excited to have you here because, like Efra said off camera earlier, I think we have been following you guys' personal careers as well as group activities for a long time, and we've been a fan of your work for quite a while, so it's pretty cool to have you in.
You've been a busy man the last few weeks, eh?
I was, yeah. It's been really, hectic. We just finished our concert. It was really crazy. It was really fun, and yeah, really.
It's getting to that point with how busy you are, where it's actually hard to keep up with the days, right?
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, was it?
I know.
What are your immediate feelings of closing the tour after such a long time of traveling and on and off and doing so many things at the same time? How are you feeling right now?
I really feel fulfilled, it's been a crazy ass tour. We've done like North America tour, Asia tour, and I think even like Dubai and those stuff. Yeah, it was really, it was exhausting, but at the same time fulfilling, because when I see the smiles from the people who was watching us.
I mean, that's crazy. I think it was the first kind of like full-on tour, right? I think
we're doing that tour because we get to inspire people from all over the world.
Yeah, I think very special tour, but weirdly enough as well, it wasn't the only thing that you had going on, because you had a solo project come out without James.
That's right.
Yeah.
At the same time, so where the hell do you find the time?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
TV! Apa tuh? Arf!
For me, it feels like having like triple jobs, full time triple jobs. Yeah. For me, I was just trying to juggle everything. But sometimes it's really kind of very tough.
I mean, I feel like they schedule
for my own like mental and physical
abilities to put everything in right order. It's really good.
I really enjoyed it, and I got used to it, and I've been really trying to push my own boundaries for myself to have this kind of discipline, to like a mindset that if I need to do at least a song per month, that kind of feeling. Yeah, I mean, I'm not just gonna do like shit a song, but I want to do a great song to release per month. That's just my goal for myself.
Okay, cool.
It's funny because we had these discussions in the past. We discussed this with a ton of musicians, and one of the things that I think we all can agree on is being in the studio and constantly working on songs, whether they may be unreleased or whether you might think they're good enough or not. It's like being in the gym and consistently doing those repetitions.
Working on something new.
It really helps smooth out the process until you find a space or a sort of like a, what do you call it, a state.
Yeah.
Where then you're really in the groove.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you can
and
also
it's
get
the same
used to
thing
it
as
and
going
get
to the
better
gym.
as you
You
do
just
it.
have to be consistent. Sometimes it's, you get tired,
need to
you
push
get
through.
exhausted, you get like you're. It's not always every day. You don't win every day. It's not. It's just like
Correct.
that.
That's right,
You don't win every day.
Yeah, some days you
But
dread it, some days you
those,
enjoy it.
Those are the things that makes me like
It goes like
learn
up
a
and
lot
down
and make
as
me
it
stronger.
does.
And I feel like I'm really getting better at it. I've been really trying to extend, like what I've said, I've been pushing my own boundaries, like learning softwares, learning new stuff, learning how to produce my own music as well. Well, I've been doing it ever since, but right now I think I'm more intense when doing those stuff.
All right, so now talking about Yokona and your incredible artistic integration into the whole music video, you were so involved. Can
That's
you
a great music
speak
video.
about the whole process for us?
Yeah, about it, it was supposed to be released with another video earlier. Well, it was supposed to be, like a different concept. However, I wanted something else, so I tried to, like what I've said. I'm kind of ambitious, and I'm kind of, what do you call this, control freak. So I tried to take I took over, and then, well, I kind of rushed the things because I was running out of time. So I planned it for like a day, and then I've tried to find like a video production crew and stuff for like, and then tried to what do you call this, like plan it, the execution with them. Then well, it was crazy, but it turned out really good.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
No one noticed that it was planned for only a day. Well,
No, it looked
I
like
planned
real
it for
high
3
quality.
hours, then executed it for a day. And
It
then
looked really
I tried
high
to
quality.
incorporate the things like for the time because the time manipulation, it's the main
Right.
element for the song. So
Yeah, it
what
goes
are
in
the
circle.
things that should I incorporate with the time manipulation? So I thought about doing chess sets, feathers,
cards,
cards.
right.
Cards.
But yeah, it's all about relationship. I tried to incorporate the struggles for the relationship that I wanted to run. Like for the chess, it just means that me and her are endlessly trying to play mind games.
Right.
Those
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it was crazy, but it turned out really good.
Yeah.
You did.
I was
I was-
I was happy as well, and I'm really proud that and of course with the people around me who helped executed it. I was really thankful to those people as well.
There was a shot where I think there were like silks. The background,
yeah.
the background of that shot was clean as balls, dude.
I really liked also the idea of having like you guys sitting in like an audience, like an auditorium experience, where you guys were sitting down on like a theater tiered seating, and I was thought that's such a cool experience because it's like you're looking back at the relationship and how it played out, and you're kind of seeing it like in a movie theater kind of way.
Yeah, and you know what? That was actually a historical venue. It was the Metropolitan Theater in Manila. Manila Metropolitan
very
Theater.
cool.
Yeah, it was newly reconstructed, so I thought of it. Why don't we use it to to showcase the Filipino, of course, the Filipino venues as well, the monuments and the historical venues.
So many
That's
thoughts
incredible.
behind it, like
Awesome.
It looked outstanding, and
I'm really glad that you are proud of the final product too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's so much
Yeah.
involvement and so little time constraint to get it done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was so cramming during that time because I have deadlines and stuff. I have to meet the deadlines. I have to release it for the specific date, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thankfully
Wow, in a
everything went
day.
well.
That's
And
crazy.
it was, I think we pulled it off very
Yeah,
well.
you could. I would never
Oh,
tell.
definitely.
Agreed,
definitely.
agreed.
It
Nice.
didn't look
Great,
rushed
great.
or
I'm
stressed or
glad as well
nothing
that
around those lines.
you're proud of it as well, and you're happy how it came out because, especially when it comes to, I think a lot of people forget how many pieces have to fall into
In
place
place, yeah.
for something successful to come and be birthed out of it. Because
True.
maybe the idea is great, but there is technical
You need
elements.
the execution
There
of
is
it all.
a team
So everyone
element.
is in the same
And there is an
line.
execution element,
And then there's also the barrier of having to work with someone else that has their own team that
Correct.
finding middle ground for everybody is always difficult, and I think you guys did such a fabulous job with that.
So it makes me really happy that you're also happy about it. How do you think, if you look back then at your solo debut with Wild Tonight, and you look at this latest one, excusing the technical difficulties of the last one, because maybe the last one was sort of like, just what would you call it, particularly difficult. Just looking back at these solo projects that you've been doing.
Talk to us about your whole experience from debut.
Yeah, from Wild Tonight.
Wild Tonight.
Up until
now.
Yoko Na.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, well, it was really, it was one hell of a year for me. I just started last year, and back then, I know a lot about, the production, the creating music and stuff, but I didn't know that it was this hard, taking time to manage everything and do everything all at once. So
I mean, especially being in a band full time as well.
Like when I started with the Wild Tonight, it was an introductory single for me. So a lot of people were telling me that I don't age because of my baby face.
Baby face,
And coincidentally, my name is Josh Cullen. So I get a lot of
leaned in.
praises like he's a vampire.
Vampire.
People called me
So
a
he
vampire
leaned in.
as well. So I tried to incorporate it since I'm a fan of vampires too. I've been playing like a lot of like Castlevania from the
Very fun.
when I was young. And then I find it really fun when I think about it. Maybe I should really do a vampire concept thingy. So I started with Wild Tonight. That's an introductory single.
It's also
And I
such a
tried
high
to
quality.
Really, I tried to be really crazy about the concept and the music. It was EDM. EDM is really hard to pull off, especially here. It's not a common genre in the
Genres,
like a few artists just try to dive into it, and I think I'm one of the few artists that did it. And then I did, if I'm not mistaken, Pakiusap Lang.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, and as for a short background, it was a love story, but like me asking the girl to, just hold on. We can defeat whatever problems that we have. I just want you to hold on, but it has a twist story at the end. Of course, in the music video, it was an open-ended story, but a giveaway was actually okay. I think this is the first time that I'm gonna be discussing it.
Oh boy.
The girl actually passed away. So
Right. That's what I
crazy.
thought happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Pretty
this music video or
Man,
the
you
song.
sad man. Jesus.
and then I'm like crazy already during the end, so I was hallucinating. And then for the third song, I think it was Sofa. Yeah, I had it with my cousins, and it was really great, and then Get Right, and then for now Yoko Na. The evolution that I've had during those phases and the things that I've learned, it's just I'm really thankful for the people around me, and I've been really happy that my visions are getting into life. People are seeing or hearing what I've wrote, produced, and of course, performed. I've been involved with every step of my creative process. I write my own lyrics, melodies, and I think it helps me share my personal experiences and emotions directly with
kind
my
of find
fans.
themselves and find himself.
And I've been working with different producers, production teams,
Like also like
and
sound as
trying
a
to
solo
build a
artist.
strong relationship with all those people as well. I think it's really essential, to connect with people because you don't know what you will get from those kinds of people.
Correct,
You don't know what you will get from people that you will meet tomorrow, or maybe from the people you met yesterday. I think it's really great to always connect with people and make something special together. Maybe like today, in the future, or whatever.
Just to grow on that part, to extend on that part, Josh, I feel as well like when you do connect with people, especially on a creative level, it makes the vision, the creative vision that you've sort of, because it's like a baby. This is something you've come up with, right? And now you have to nurture this baby to sort of see it grow into the final product that everyone gets to enjoy. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I genuinely think it only happens through like a connection or mutual love for the art.
Correct. I think if you have a very good communication with your team, with the people that you've been working with, then your initial vision of the project will actually translate so well
100%.
when it's finished.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's really
I also think that you cannot carry everything on your
I really
own.
value my craft,
So you have to share it and be trusting with the people who you work with
first
to actually create it to the
anything
best.
else,
And it shows.
Trying to of course translate or convey the things that's been going to my mind that I couldn't say to the people. Yeah, that's what I do. I put it into my music. I put it into the visuals. I just pour everything when it comes to my art, and I really cherish it. And sometimes I get mad when other people tries to ruin everything. But I'm glad that ever since the people around me have been working hard as well, and we always try to find a
this can't
solution
be
for
like
every
a
problem that
week.
we've had.
What drum kits that you got in the back? Can you play drums?
Well, I can play drums, but just basic, I'm not
Okay.
that good yet, because I bought it so I can practice.
Oh, nice.
But
I'm a drummer.
Anytime. Oh, you're a drummer?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's Roland.
Yeah. I think we have the same one, the TD
17.
Yeah, I think that's the 17.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, nice choice. I mean, obviously it's good that you're. It's just crazy, mate, because it's not like you're gonna get any more free. You're only gonna get more busy with time, and the fact that you're willing to take on, new instruments and stuff, definitely along the right mindset, I guess.
I also think the
That's how you evolve as well.
There is enough in your schedule as a person with the group activities to kind of say, okay, to settle with that, right?
Yeah,
to say,
why not?
It's enough. I'm doing enough. I'm artistically involved enough. This is good for me. But the fact that you have such natural initiative to pour yourself and your own feelings and into a new craft and to new songs, like you said earlier, the goal of having one song published a month.
Damn.
That's ambitious.
Why, Josh? Where does that come from?
This saying that it is not how good you are, it is how good you're gonna get.
Oh, okay.
I think that's always been my
I
mindset.
mean, you have to
Always
work on
been.
things to become
So,
better naturally.
I always want to seize the moment, and I feel like life is really short. I really wanted to, of course, do something to maybe change something, or influence people to change the world with my crafts or through my music. So yeah, it's such an ambitious goal, but it has been my personality ever since I was a kid. I've been really ambitious, and right now I'm still ambitious, but I'm still humble. I think yes, being true to my vision and my message, I think it's crucial, but consistency isn't about being repetitive, but it's about always being about authentic and genuine. And yeah, this helped me, build my skills, my talents, and of course my passion.
Well, and now talking about the fact that you have always been like that, talk to us about the beginnings of Josh, especially where like your artistic influences came from. What is your natural inclination? What sparked the whole idea when you were a child to kind of like delve into
Yeah,
this a
mate.
little bit?
Were you quite a musically sort of inclined from a young age, or how was the music journey up until today?
I don't really know, man, but I've been ever since I love video games. I love music,
Okay.
but not as much as video games before.
Sheesh! What games? What
Yeah.
games?
Yeah, I started with
Gamers since day
Age
one.
of Empires, StarCraft, Warcraft, Battlefield.
Oh, nice.
Warcraft.
I started with strategy games, so yeah,
Strategy
I
games,
think
yeah.
I'm a strategy type of person. But nowadays, I've been playing Valorant, Counter Strike,
Valorant, nice.
and Overwatch. It has been my type of games. I think it has like both of these kinds of strategy and timing.
Correct.
Everything goes with timing. I believe that everything that I do, timing is very important. So that's what I do with my career as
Yeah,
well.
we need to
I try
choose
to
wisely.
time everything perfectly
What
and
to do.
smoothly. And yeah, with music, I've been doing DDR, and I loved. Do you know about Dance Revolution?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those kinds of rhythm games. I've been, I've been just really crazy about it before. I've been joining competitions. I've been
No way.
winning regionals. Yeah, I think that's where I got my rhythm. And
That's
of
I think
course,
what I saw from Casual
sometimes
Talk.
I think the
When there was
melody as well.
specific a
how
video
I
for
use,
Josh that he did that.
my melodies. I think it came from those kinds of influences, especially
Oh, interesting.
with RPGs like Final Fantasy, the
Yeah, yeah.
story about it. Like, I play a lot of video games before, so my mind is really, I think, restless when it comes to
It's always going.
creative contents. I believe I can fly. Tumalon sa tulay. Hinagat ng crocodile.
My God.
Mabuhi ay gutay-gutay. And things that I like doing, what? I didn't even go to like high school when I was a kid. I started working very young at the age of
Oh, wow.
15. Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
I didn't get to finish my school. Theoretically, yeah, I just
Theoretically,
finished
yeah.
with like a diploma with like an exam, so I had
Okay.
to pass everything. But yeah, I was really ambitious, and I was really trying to find ways to, of course, maybe nurture my knowledge. So I've been reading or watching videos for like such as the Secret. Have you heard of The Secret?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they say that what was that called? The law of attraction. Yeah.
The law of attraction, yeah. Law of attraction manifestation, right?
Yeah, I've been trying to apply it to myself, and that's what got me here, I think.
Oh, wow.
Right. How
So,
cool.
bloody hell, that's probably the first time we've heard an answer like that, because that's always
Yeah, I mean,
something
when you
that a lot
send
of
the
fans are
universe,
usually
you kind
intrigued
of-
on knowing where their favorite artists have
see
sort
it
of found
backwards in some
their way
extent.
into music, and that's.
I mean,
I
also
tell you
with
what,
your own
mate,
work.
that's like one of a million. I've never heard that sort of journey before in terms of seeing the connection between video games. Because it's funny as well that you mentioned that. I think, especially the games you were mentioning, and probably especially RPGs like role-playing games have such a interesting connection between storytelling and music.
Yes.
So
It actually makes a lot of sense that your first debut solo it's EDM. Now that with the backtrack
Correct.
of these ideas, it's
Yeah.
like you understand the aspects of musically intricate and completely disruptive
Yeah, it's-
to what was happening in the scene at the time.
It's quite interesting that like Filipino music charts and like the Filipino music industry doesn't seem to adhere that well to sort of EDM or those types of pop tracks. Very curious, because from what we've sort of experienced from the Filipino music industry, very much like live crowds, live music lovers.
Yeah.
And you would presume like an EDM track, you know, that would pop. I mean, to be honest, if you look at like obviously SB19's, you know, Moonlight. If you look at Moonlight, that's like a good example. You saw it. You basically lifted it yesterday or a few days ago. That's a big EDM DJ track,
That's right.
and everyone was going wild with it. And now you, in that same playlist, you know, you have a Wild Tonight, and it's like you start to see somehow the connection of the puzzle being put together.
Yeah. So about I'm really not sure as well why EDM is not as popular it is here than in like in other countries.
UK,
but
the UK is ginormous, for example.
Yeah, but I think Philippines right now is still picking up because you know we have like different kinds of approach when it comes to music. I may say like I'm gonna say that we have like a very unique approach and we are trying to create our own genres as well. So yeah, that's maybe one of the reasons why. So yeah.
Well, weirdly enough, you can say this fairly confidently. You have been a pioneer into a new sound wave of the Philippines. With PPOP, it has been you guys who have sort of brought a new, what would you call it?
Definition of what genre it really is, and
new fire as well to the Filipino music industry,
and how it's not completely limiting to say, for example, you guys do specific genres. So like the fact that you have broadened up the options and the opportunities to listen to many genres in just not
they
just
do
one
quite a wide
label thing.
And worldwide, I think it has a ton of international appeal. Especially like, look, not only SB19's work, but if you look at, for example, your own individual work, it doesn't just appeal to I don't know, the Filipino crowd or the Indonesian crowd or the Japanese crowd. It resonates with the US crowd. It resonates to the UK crowd. I think you've seen it through the videos and you've seen it through
a lot of London people.
Yeah,
down to Gento.
You'll be really surprised. It's like really, really interesting what's going on. And I guess you can say confidently, mate, that you've been in the forefront of that sort of new wave of music.
Well, thank you. That's a big word, yes. I think that's one of our ultimate goals, even from before. To, of course, make a mark in the industry and, of course, change, for me personally, to change something. And I think we're doing it right now. We're
oh, yeah, you are.
Being like, even though it's not yet the ultimate goal, but we're slowly getting there. And but the most important thing, of course, the quality is always important, but you know, ultimately we just want to inspire people, and you know, of course, try to inspire a lot of
they're inspiring so many people,
help the industry and grow our economy as well. I think it has been my advocate ever since. I really want to help, you know, how the Hollywood, K-pop, and other, you know, artists did it. We want to be at par as well.
Of course, yeah.
So let's go back to you, Josh, at 15 years old, working hard, has the vision. How do we go from that to then auditioning, the auditioning process with SB19, and how was that jump, that part of the journey?
Well, you know,
nostalgic music
during those days, I didn't know I was gonna be a total performer, like an artist. Back then, I was dreaming to become a professional gamer.
Wow.
So it has been my passion. Yeah, I've been a professional gamer, but I didn't actually pursue it into a level that I will compete internationally. But I've been there, yeah. So I've been doing those kinds of stuff to earn money. To I was planning to study during that time for college. However, I was introduced to dancing. Then I saw this group. It's called Seon. It was actually Stell was part of it.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and I idolized that group for like
Oh wow.
Oh my
a
god.
few months before I met them.
Yeah.
Then surprisingly, there was this event where I tried to perform. Then I met them. Then I think it was just destiny that it got to meet
Yeah, right
them.
place, right
Then
time, and
I
mean the
get to be
dedication of it
friends
all.
with them. Then they invited me to audition for the group, and then I trained for several years. We competed. After winning like competitions abroad and stuff, then I tried to have a job, like a day job.
Of
So
course.
well, it's not actually a day job because I was working nighttime. It was a BPO
Right.
industry. Yeah. So yeah, I realized that this was not my thing. I was good at it, but this isn't my thing. I want something that has more soul in it. So I tried to find the right career for me. So I tried to audition for any like anything that includes singing and dancing for it. Like I really have this vision that I will be a part of a group and I
Oh,
will
wow.
dominate the industry. And it was just like
It's again a manifestation in a
daydream or
way.
an ambitious goal. I didn't know it was gonna happen, but I think it's part of the law of attraction. And I
Right.
found the members who were as persistent or perseverance as me. So we found each other together, and I was the one who actually got Ken and Justin into the group.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I think it was really a perfect combination, and yeah, I just love those kinds of talks when talking about dreams, passions, and goals.
I mean,
about
they're
the
all
industry,
stars just
life,
collided for
just
them.
those kinds of stuff, and I think it worked out very well. Right now,
Yeah.
yeah,
It did.
yeah, a
Really
lot of
did.
people were actually auditioned for SB19 or just company before. However, I was during those times I was not like in the top 5 choices.
Oh whoa.
I was really questioning myself already. So yeah, I was trying
Hey, you
to
did not know
question
that.
if what I was doing was okay. What did I really sacrifice a lot of things just to be not to be chosen? So I was trying to figure out those stuff
I mean, no, that's
already
tough.
during that time.
It's the first time I
However,
hear one of
something
the band's
happened,
members
and
talk
then a
about
lot
this,
of people really
like
didn't
deeper,
want to do it anymore.
about the beginning.
I think it was because
With the creation of the band.
everything was too much to handle, financially, mentally, and the trainings were really crazy back then, and I think we didn't really have enough events or inspiration during those times. But I think to those people who were really motivated, those were the people who were given the chance to be or those people who waited and really motivated to do this dream were the people who were chosen. So it was the 5 of us. Back then Ken wasn't part of it, so it was only 4 of us.
Right.
Then I thought of Ken to join our group. Then yeah, everything
That's
was
really
magic.
cool.
Everything was
Yeah,
just
honestly,
magic.
in terms of timing and how
Yeah.
you guys came together, it's for sure. Okay, I did training in musical theater here in London, and similarly to what the pop idol style of training is very rigorous. There's a lot of discipline. There's a lot of personal sacrifice that goes into it.
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
even though I never trained, although I never trained as an idol, I kind of relate a little bit to understanding how incredibly taxing mentally and physically and monetarily. Well, let's talk about financial.
yeah.
Right? You're broke.
Yeah, at that
we
moment it's
are.
very tough, right? Yeah.
And
We
it's
are
tough,
broke.
yeah, and then you're questioning whether you're sacrificing
And
the
if you're
right
doing the
amount of
right
time,
thing.
your youth, your years, and whether this is gonna lead anywhere
Is it working
whatsoever.
out?
And I really do applaud the mental fortitude
Yes.
that it has established, because to withstand
the work ethic
the
is
pressure.
through the roof.
That's what I, you know, when I hear stories like yours, Josh, or when I hear you talk and I hear my sister talk, I have my feelings, because I feel for you guys, and it's like, what a great human being Josh is, what a great human being Waleska is. That you want them to sort of achieve all their dreams, but then when you look at it from another perspective, I'm a bit more of a, what would you call it? Not a realist, but I think you need to suffer. I think that there needs to be struggle.
Correct, I agree.
That's what shapes you.
That's what really
Kind of does.
creates the fire within the person. It either makes you or breaks you, and that
Correct.
phrase is true as it stands.
That's
It
why there's
is.
only one Josh.
That's right.
But my thoughts is, if you are able to withstand that stress in every sense, financial, psychological, emotional, you start breeding a monster. You start breeding a something to be reckoned with.
And then you have people with goals of one song a month.
Yeah, exactly. And
They're
then
as ambitious as that.
yeah, and then you start telling me, oh, but I wanna mark the industry.
Correct.
I wanna change the world. And then most people might be like, oh, that might be too ambitious.
Yeah, that's
But from
insane
your
to think
perspective,
about.
it's like,
They're
mate,
like,
you've
no.
no idea the difficulties we've had to achieve just to
Yeah.
get here. Why can't
Yeah.
I believe that I can change the world? And
Exactly.
it starts to make sense, you know?
Exactly, man. That's actually my point.
Dahil lang sila sa baba, pero ako ay nasa taas. Dahil lang Josh ay laging nasa
Let's perhaps deepen a tiny bit more there, if we can. What was sort of the scheduling in the training times? What you
During-
guys were training on, especially from your
Back then?
perspective? Yeah, back
Yeah.
then.
The schedule, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah,
Rough, right?
it was really rough. We start like usually we start like 10 a.m. and then we end like 10 p.m. as well.
Shit.
So yeah, and that doesn't include the the travel time, because I live like I think 2 hours away from the training center, and it depends on the traffic too. So sometimes I get home at least,
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
especially 1 o'clock in the morning, and then, I still have to eat, I still have to prepare and other stuff. You have to do your personal stuff, so no sleep at all during those times.
That's why they sleep whenever they can.
To get really mentally, it's very tolling for us. So that's why a lot of people didn't make it, because
They just burn out and
they
they
just,
cannot
they just
handle it.
couldn't. It's really hard to sacrifice those kinds of stuff, especially when it comes to financial, personal things. When it comes to giving your time to, like, sacrificing your time is what makes a difference. It's really during those times. Yeah, so it was real. I was gonna be disappointed if it didn't really.
It's like,
make
really,
it.
I did
So
all this stuff and I
maybe
didn't
I
make
wasn't
it.
in this industry, or I stopped doing music already if I didn't make it. But
Right.
I think everything has their own timing and their own blessings. So I
Time
was
and
really
reason.
thankful that I had my time. And right now, yeah, go ahead.
No, please, Josh, go on.
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to use my resources now that I can inspire more people, and of course do a lot
you
of
can.
things. Yeah, I'm just trying to use my resources wisely. So yeah, this kind of like what we do in the Philippines, like high quality music videos, very unique styles of music. It's not the usual, because here it's always business, it's always money. So sometimes they just want to settle for less, but for me, I don't want to settle for less. So
Yeah.
I'm just going all in. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to
I mean,
to
they
be
do
successful,
go all in.
to get there, to get on top.
mean, the
And
quality is
yeah,
too
I think
true
it's
for them.
working. And yeah, and I have my group mates, and of course for my own solo career, I've been just doing it consistently. I think never beats. I don't think anything beats consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say.
I agree. Let's. How'd you meet Ken, by the way? Like, what's the?
What's the link between you two?
Yeah. What was the link? Was it dancing?
Oh yeah, it was me and Ken were like uh competitors for like a dance competitions before, but we were
Okay.
yeah. So Ken was, I remembered him before that he wanted to dance for a group or
Right,
a
right,
dance
right.
group back then, but I just remember that he wants to dance for the group there. Then I asked him if he could sing and those stuff. Then it just happens that he's really persistent about it. He flew all the way from his province
Province.
He was
to
quite
Manila.
far away.
And yeah, it was really he have balls to do it. So yeah, I think
Yeah, yeah.
the person to invite for it.
Who would have known brother had that deep voice? It's like
For real.
when he's just yeah, again, good on him for having the cojones to go give it a shot.
For real.
So now, again, now you're in a completely different position for your own personal career and obviously with group activities. I'm really intrigued on seeing your evolution artistically, which obviously gives us a ton of hope that you have specific philosophies, like, for example, not sacrificing things for the sake of the art, whether it may not be the wisest move in terms of, business or
yeah.
whatever. The objective is to create good art, because that inspires people and that aligns with your objective. What do you have in mind, sort of coming up for your individual projects? Not to spoil anything, but maybe
Maybe like a little peek behind the
direction.
understanding of what to expect.
yeah, maybe genres that you're looking to explore. Obviously, we see you playing the drums and stuff. So, what's in your mind at the moment?
Yeah, I believe that versus the things that I don't like. The things that I like versus the things that I don't like, I think is very it's very opposite. I think I like many things more than the things that I don't like.
Okay.
So a little things that I don't like. So you're gonna be expecting, of course,
Quite a variety.
different genres from me. I think
Nice.
I think I already surprised a lot of people that I can do
Sure.
different kinds of stuff.
I mean, he's
It
like
may
a
be, like,
artist within an
Filipino,
artist.
English or whatever, or EDM and mellow. So I'll be trying a lot of stuff, and I'll be just like what I said. I'll just be consistent, and of course what I always say is that I'm still young. I just
Very
gotta
young.
give everything that I've got right now. What do I have to lose? If I'm gonna lose in the things that I do, I still have time to recover for everything. So
I mean that's a
gonna,
good point of view.
take it all, but of course, wisely.
Yeah, definitely.
How old are you?
Next question, please. Just kidding.
Come on, you're young as hell.
I don't want to give it away, but
Okay, fair enough.
face, you can't give it away.
Fair enough.
Well, you can search it on the internet, but we can still fool some people.
Okay.
Fair.
You just turned 16.
Just
Yeah,
60.
Correct.
So, in terms of the artistic evolution that obviously we've spoken about and where you are headed, I think it's really exciting to also have a little conversation about what could possibly be something that you want to step your toes into as well, that is outside perhaps of the music industry, maybe something
yeah.
else that you are interested in exploring.
Does that any other interests industry-wise?
Maybe
that,
taking back up on that professional
gaming?
Or
Oh yeah, recently I'm not just doing this type of career. I've been really exploring with different kinds of business. I've been I'm doing, like, I have my own company right now with my group mates. So we have 1Z. So I want to nourish talents in the future as well. And
Nice.
I've been doing my merchandise. But yeah, like you mentioned, like gaming. Yeah, I badly wanted to do it as well. So you might find me, doing some gaming stuff maybe in the future, but I'm not as focusing on it as I am now in doing my music. So
Of course.
Yeah, the priorities have shifted.
because you know you can do games wherever or
Yeah.
whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But that, I mean,
That's actually really great.
yeah, you have like, mate,
You get a plethora of options.
absolutely. Options are good.
well, one thing again, before I forget, I actually enjoyed, directing and creating, concepts. I think
Yeah.
it's one of my niche. Just it's just that it comes out naturally. So
Nice.
in the
I mean,
future, I
creative
might be
view,
doing it for a group
an
or
eye for
someone.
things, the vision.
I just want to do it. I think it's one of the things that I can say it's very natural to me. I think it's because of the video games. I know how to
Yeah.
score properly. I just know where to put this. Just the story. I just know where to put it. I don't know how I got it, but it just comes out naturally.
The moral of the story, guys, get into gaming.
Get in the gaming.
No, but I again, like when we were, when we were seeing Yoko now, sort of, your latest release, we did notice that, like, this seemed like
congruency
like you
of
very
this.
much had your hands on, and it was like seeing a glimpse into your mind. And again, we were very impressed how it came out in terms of the visual arts. I think also good feature as well, good idea.
Yeah.
It's
Shout
a
out
good
OJ
feature.
Impact.
Yeah, yeah.
I really thought he was a great feature into the
Yeah,
animation.
they
But
went
very
together
good,
really well.
Directing, and the fact that we saw your credits in that, that's like bloody hell, even awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Aside from that, Josh, this is basically it. If there's anything or any sort of message you want to say to your fans, this is
Maybe
probably
perhaps talk about what to expect from the future.
yeah, this is the
for you
perfect
guys.
time before we close it out.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of the 18 and BBQs that have been supporting me and my group, and of course, me. I just want to say thank you for the just all the support and love. I've been really busy for the past few weeks and months. I didn't have much time to interact with you guys, but you have always been there.
Naiiyak na ako.
And I'm really thankful for all of your presence. But don't worry, I'm gonna make more time, and yeah, I'm gonna try to catch up, because nowadays I haven't been doing social media. I've been just doing music, back end stuff, office stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been really crazy, and I really
get
just
some
wanna. Yeah, I will try. And just want to say thank you for all of the efforts, even if it's small or big. I just want to say that I see it all, and I appreciate all of you. And of course, for the fans, always get rest as well. Don't try to copy me. Yeah, and yeah, just I hope
I
you
mean,
guys are
everyone has their
always
own journey.
positive when it comes to the things that you're going through.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Josh, again, thank you so much for making the time. I hope we didn't disrupt too much of your day, and it's fantastic to have a chat with you, and it means a lot. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's
Always
been
a pleasure.
pleasure.
Our doors always open for you, Josh. So let us know whenever anything upcoming releasing. We'll be more than happy to check it out
for
and
you.
review it. And what a wonderful conversation, mate.
Yes.
Hope you had fun.
Good night.
You guys, this was so much, I don't know, calmer than I expected. This was really kind of his deep thoughts about everything, and about him, about the band, about his upbringing, about the future. I really liked it, and also I loved how Waleska and Efra added their comments on this as well, and it just broadened the conversation, I think. But yeah, the strength and like power and willpower to do what he has done over the years, to like, as he said, like start working from 15 to create something that he doesn't know if it's even possible, to living his kind of dream of being gamer professionally, and diving into the thing that doesn't give you anything financially or mentally, or like you're kind of just drained and like kind of working out without payoff at the beginning, and you don't know if this is all for like nothing, and you're just gonna waste all this time and efforts, but thank God he did, because he and like the bandmates, they're a perfect fit, and they have like, as I said, stars have collided for them, and like in a line that they are meant to do what they're doing, and they are changing the industry, especially I feel like in Philippines, when they are now going literally international. It's widened so many doors for so many people in Philippines, and like just getting their word in the door is huge, I think. And it's also really exciting to see what he does in the future with his own music, because as he said, like there's little that he doesn't like and there's a lot of things that he likes. And it also kind of goes back to SB19. They don't do just one genre really. They fluctuate and everything. Like they have so many emotions and thoughts. I feel like that they have to, not to have to, but they feel like they can express, and they have the shoes to fill. Also because there are 5 members, there's always someone who has maybe some different vision. You kind of want that everyone is happy in that field, so I think that they all get to say something to some part. They all have something, and just one person says no, we will do that, and everyone else just runs. But for specific songs, I think they are probably like, okay, you have to say in this one, you have to say in this one, so everyone is kind of happy. But for his own, I think, yeah, he has a variety of skill tools that he can use for his future music. And as he said also, that the quality is always on the priority part, and you can see that the music videos are exquisite. Like you don't see music videos that quality in like the top mainstream artists, and they are doing it right now. They have done it since the day one. They're giving it all or nothing. If it's not good enough, it's not probably going out. So, and also the last music video, it's crazy that they had one day, because it was such a high quality and so many different shots and concepts, and it's really cool. Anyways, I will stop ramble. I want to say thank you to Waleska Herrera for having Josh on their channel. I mean, I think that's also kind of a huge thing, that they can have an artist like Josh to come and just chat with them and talk with them about his work and the band's work and the whole music industry in general. So yeah, that's really cool that they have shared it with everyone, that we can see it. Anyways, what do you guys think of this interview? Let me know in the comments down below. If there's maybe some other interviews like this from him or other members from the band, let me know in the comments down below. And that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!